I'm so thrilled to have Daniel Kalms, the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer International of Woodside Energy. Thank you so much for your time and thank you for being here.
Thanks, Marira.
Just to get started, Woodside achieved first oil at the Sangomar field in 2024. What are the key operational successes that you've seen to date, and how is that project performing in terms of production targets?
So the first thing I'd say is that we've had a really safe startup of the Sangomar facility, so a year without any safety incidents. We managed to ramp up the facility in about 9 weeks to 100,000 barrels a day. And since that time, we've been operating at about 98.6% reliability. So the performance of the asset has really been outstanding so far, producing at that 100,000 barrels a day. We're getting to the point where it'll start to decline soon, as it naturally would, an oil field. So it's been really an excellent start, and I think that we've also made a big contribution in the community in Senegal, jobs and community impact.
And could you share an update on phase 2 of the development and what new infrastructure and drilling campaigns are being considered, and what is the timeline for FID?
Yes, phase 2. Look, number one job for us is to make sure phase 1 continues to run before we get ahead of ourselves. We've got to continue to operate that reliably and safely, but we are looking at a second phase for Sangomar. Now, we need to get about 12 to 24 months of production history so we can understand how the reservoir is performing. We'll need to acquire some more data on the pressure and the flow rates. So after we get that amount of data, it'll be a matter of how many additional wells we want to drill in the field. We have an existing FPSO. So it's a matter of how many more wells into the S400 reservoir. So after 24 months, we would start engineering, and then an FID would follow that.
And beyond Sangomar, what additional opportunities is Woodside pursuing in the MSGBC area? And are there any exploration or acquisition targets under consideration?
Yeah, so for Woodside, we're always interested to develop more projects around our existing footprint. So more opportunity in Senegal is definitely interesting to us. But in Africa itself, we're interested in looking for opportunities where we can assess what the potential is of a field, what the conditions to enter that field would be, and importantly, can we commercialise it at pace, at an acceptable timeline for us. So we are looking in Africa, but we've got a good footprint in Senegal so far.
And I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because what are your strategic goals for Africa in the next 5 years? And how does the company plan to position itself as a long-term partner for African hydrocarbon producing nations?
Yeah, so I think that we'll be judged on what we're doing in Senegal. So in Senegal, I think our operational and safety performance has shown that we're a good partner. I think if we continue to create opportunities in the local community and jobs in the local community, that all says that Woodside's a good partner. So as I mentioned, we're interested to expand our footprint in Africa and do the same sort of thing in other places. So it could start in Senegal, but there's potential outside of Senegal as well. The key thing is that I think we're establishing our credentials. We show that we can commit to and develop something at a good timeline. And so we're looking for the right opportunity where we can do that again.
And just my final question, what value does African Energy Week bring to Woodside Energy in terms of partnerships, investment opportunities, and regional visibility?
So I think that we're really pleased to be here. We brought a team of people from Woodside here. Not only do you see all of your partners in the industry, you get a real sense of what the other opportunities would be. So I think Africa is really showcasing itself as an energy destination. So for us, we were happy to partner with Senegal. We're happy to be a sponsor of the conference, and it's really a chance to connect to what all the other opportunity is.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being here.
Thanks, Marira. My pleasure.